But I can give you examples of, in the world. I'm not sure if we have that many examples of Tanzania. I know of children, 10, 12 years old, who are still in school, who have started doing a little bit of business. They will do that because partly they could have been forced into it. Why? Income from the family was not enough. What do? You want to educate yourself. How do you do it? You go and do that. In the Western world, many people, they'll go and sell go and deliver newspapers. You make a little bit of money. You go and do a little bit of that. In university, there are many people more in America and Canada who are working in a McDonald's or some KFC and so on as a part-time, make some income, and they are continuing to do that. That was for them just to make ends meet. But I know business people, young people now today, I've seen, particularly in the startups, you're talking about ages of 27, 28, they've become billionaires in the world. There are many. You just Google search and you see who is the youngest businessman and see. Some got greedy. I don't know if you've heard of the one who has been put in jail recently. No? Anyone heard of Sam Friedman? Sam Friedman was the owner of FTX. It's a cryptocurrency. So you know Bitcoins. I'm sure some of you might have heard of it. So he was managing company. The company was worth at one time $14 billion. But there was a scam and so on, and he lost everything. He's just been put in jail for 15 years because he swindled people's money as well. So while people do these things, they should not get greedy. He was very smart. He was very capable. He started at a very young age. He made $1 billion in a very, very quick time. But he also got greedy. So I think that is something I would say also to yourselves. The advice is, try and make money in an honest way. And I think I come to one of the problems, I think, which in Tanzania, or if you look at it in many of the emerging markets, it's not only Africa, it's many emerging markets, people want to make money quickly. Yeah? They think I have to be in a hurry. But honesty is so important, because eventually, by being dishonest, it's going to catch you. Sooner or later, it will catch up with you. So do it in the right way. You will also feel good. You'll sleep better. You do it in the wrong way, you're going to have, you may not be able to sleep. You might end up in jail. You might do it. So do it in the right way. And yes, let it be a little bit less, but let it be done in a right way. Then you will also do very well. The culture is what's happened in the business side. And actually, I've gone through many different phases where in Tanzania, I can give you an example. In Tanzania, it was, during the first period, during Nyerere and so on, and Sokoine time and so on, there's no way. If you were doing anything like that, you are in problems. Yeah? And then things opened up, but they really opened up, I would say, under President Kikwete. There are people kind of, you give money and then you bring in your goods without paying duties, you do many other things and so on was happening as well. Yeah? The problem with that is people, in wanting to make money, will try and do that because they want to save the duties or they want to save something else and so on. And the person on the other side, the government official, is also saying my salary is not good enough, so I want to make some money. This is happening everywhere in the world, it's not only Africa. It happens in a different way. You go and look at America, you go to UK, you go to any country in the world. I cannot give you, you cannot tell me one country in the world where there is no corruption. They are in a different form. In America, it might be they entertain you on the golf course, or take you on a holiday, or do something differently. Here, maybe you just give kidogo or chai, or whatever you want to say. That's how we will put it. And on the street, the police will stop you. Nataka chai kidogo. Okay, so you say, instead of paying the fine, you jump the red light, you give that fine. But if you streamline everything, and actually in a way, that happened under President Magufuli. The discipline improved quite a bit. But we also got carried away with it. So the discipline was important. So on the roads, people started behaving. Before, zebra crossing, cars will go through it. Then people were stopping. If you don't, you're fine. So, you know, if you have discipline, if you bring that culture, but without being overzealous about it, that is by not forcing it to so much that you just put everyone in jail and you put fear in everyone's mind. You bring in open culture, but you bring in discipline. That I would say one of the best countries in that way. If you again, you know, all of these things are available to Google now. Google and all that, you just search something and find Singapore. Beautiful, the country, the way it created a culture. There, you could not chew gum and throw it on the ground. Fine. Right? So what do? You bring in a culture. So if people are doing wrong things, you bring small fines, but to make sure people get disciplined. It's the same thing also in all aspects. In corruption, corruption is because nothing happens, then people will do more. Because they see there's no loss. And if it is, I'll pay myself out. That's the worst part of it. If I get caught, I'll pay something to get out of it. Now, that needs to stop. Because that will never allow. And you know, I was reading small videos someone sent to me about Nigeria. Nigeria is 180, 200 million people. It's got oil. It's one of the largest oil producers. It is the largest oil producer in Africa. But what's the problem? Corruption and leadership. And that's also important. If we had good leaders and if we had people, if they can bring down the corruption, right? And I think that is a big challenge in it. Then, because otherwise the wealth is not being spread. What's happening? Few people are enjoying, everyone else gets nothing out of it. It should be one of the wealthiest countries where the people should be out of poverty. There are more people in poverty in Nigeria than many parts of the world. But they have oil. So even Tanzania, if you look at it, we're very, very lucky. What resources do we have? We have mineral resources, gold, right? Diamond, graphite, gas, tourism. We have got Serengeti, Ngorongoro, Ruaha, you know him, name it. Today, I don't know how, and a lot of you may not be aware. You know what Eiffel Tower is? Where is Eiffel Tower? In Paris. What is it? What is Eiffel Tower? It's a steel structure. It's a steel structure, you know, a structure with metal which is up a little bit high. How many people would go and see it? 15 million people. How many come to Tanzania? 1.5 million people maybe. We have the natural beauty, we have everything here. But yeah, that's how it is. People want to go to London, which is, you go to the streets of London, there's nothing there. There's nothing special to see. You know, Big Ben, if you talk about it, or you go and see the Tower Bridge or something, all of these are nothing. We have natural beauty. It is how we market it, how we do it. And we haven't been good at this. So, and sorry, I've digressed in it, but you know, if we have good leadership, we reduce corruption. I don't think you can eliminate corruption. We reduce it, then I think the country will go forward. And in both business and so on. So that is very, very important as well.